to the sideline this week, or is that just kind of a see how you feel thing, or day by day?
Yeah, I got to go take a look at Vandy's box, maybe see what it's like. I mean, no, I thought it was good. I thought the communication was good, from the sideline, on up, and I've done that before, but obviously last week was more of a hey, get away from it a little bit, just go call it, get away from some of the emotion and stress of it a little bit, and I thought it was good. It was nice at times to be able to just kind of be away from it and just call the game and just kind of be away. So we'll see, but kind of expect to go back up.
Did the film change your perception of anything when you thought walking on the field side?
Not really. You had the fumble going in, right? Then we had the fumble over our heads to start the one drive, which puts you at 3rd and 22. Then you have the fumble over our heads again that we overcame to score. There's a touchdown called back on the hold where we've got 3 guys blocking one guy and end up somehow getting a hold. So you look at it and you say, well, probably left a couple touchdowns out there, a couple points, and but that's the reality of it. That's where we're at. There's no excuses for it, and hopefully, today we started a good day of prep. And you felt it from the guys, amp up the execution, the detail, the focus, and fundamentals and concentration to get this thing right. So it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to just happen. I think we all just want it to just happen. We all want touches. We all want carries. I want as many guys to be impacted by this game as possible. But on offensive football, it takes every single one executing in order for everybody to have success. We have a wide open receiver on an out cut that he burns a kid on, we get beat up front. Whatever it is, right? That's offensive football. Defense, you could have like 6 guys do something wrong and get a fumble and get off the field. It's just not the way it works on offense, and hopefully we're starting to understand that.
Liam, have you ever had a quarterback make a play like Devin did?
No, that was ridiculous.
What do you say to him when he comes to the sideline?
Well, I'd love to just throw the hitch into the boundary that was, kind of open for a first down, but that's part of what makes him, he's made some great plays like that, on some 3rd downs where he's got guys crawling at his feet and he's made plays, and him and Ray have connected on a few of those kind of plays, honestly, in training camp. That wasn't the first time that maybe that was the first time it was like that aggressively ridiculous, but they've connected on some of those kind of weird checkdowns that they've just found each other. They have a good football feel, and at the end of the day, those are just 2 guys making a play, and that is football, right? It's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be clean. Love to just take the free access throw into the boundary for the first down, but we didn't, and he made a play, and I'm really pleased that we have him at quarterback.
Liam, Devin obviously went right back to Jordan after the fumble and made a really good play, the tough ending. But how did you make the way Jordan responded, and also just coming back from injury, you missed most of training camp?
Yeah, just haven't seen Jordan too much, right? It's like the first kind of getting him back in the swing. Like I have not seen a ton of Jordan Dingle, and I have a lot of respect for him and what he did last year and the type of player that he's become. So I'm just anxious and eager to see him continue to build, keep getting better, keep putting good stuff on tape, minimize some of the negatives and some of the MAs, and good things will happen. I'm proud of him.
There was a lot of talk this summer about Devin making the transition from the ACC to the SEC, facing harder defenses. In your experience, what does that look like? Or is it a big deal?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's faced, like, we were talking about that actually the other day, about some of the defenses he's gone against. And you look at Clemson, you look at Florida State, you look at some of those teams. I mean, some good defenses, some good pass rushers, some good speed out there that he's gone up against, Miami, things like that, whatever. But I don't know if it's every week, right? In the SEC, it's every single week, week in and week out. You're going against the top tier pass rushers and some of the top secondaries in the country. And that's something that we'll probably have to get used to a little bit more. And he's just playing fast, executing, anticipating, playing faster but not in a hurry. Those are things that we've been talking about, because that has shown up on some of the tape, on some of the throws to Dane the other day, right? They're just not hitting, right? And I think it's just things are sped up a little bit at times for the both of them. And we have to just settle in, calm down, execute. Like the interception the other day, that should have been routes on air. It's a 15-yard comeback, routes on air. one hitch timing, 15-yard route, turn your head around, catch ball. But it wasn't. Those have to become routine for us to take the next step.
Obviously, I knew Ray Davis was super talented when you brought him in, but did you expect him to be as much as a threat in the passing game as he is?
Yeah, this spring he actually showed some of that. Like maybe not as much coming into it, I guess you could say, but as we got around him and got used to him and got with him, you could see his skill set in the pass game as being efficient and effective that way. So excited about building off that with him. And he's smart. He's just a smart football player. He's got a good feel. The first play of the game on the screen, he just had a really good feel to settle in that zone and catch the ball and get vertical. And proud of him, the way he's come back and continue to battle. But he's got a great feel for the game, which really helps you as a coach.
How do you feel about the offensive line right now?
Taking steps. We're taking steps. I think from a pass pro perspective, we're throwing the ball more times than I'd probably like to because of some of our inefficiencies on first down. Right now we're like 50% efficient on first down, which is not where we want to be. And so that's putting us behind the chains and behind the sticks. And ultimately, on 2nd and 20, like the other night, I threw a dagger cut to Dane on 2nd and 20 because I have belief in those guys and making that play. It didn't happen, but we had a good, clean pocket and good protection, and I trusted those guys on 2nd and 20 to push the ball down the field. We're not throwing quick game as much or handing the ball off on 2nd and 20. So I think from a pass pro perspective, we've improved. Now it's just about, hey, how can we get better in the run game, blocking movement, seeing things, being on the same page, communication. But I think from a pass pro perspective, it's improved.
Liam, Coach Stoops said during his press conference that he thought one of the benefits of you being in the booth was that you could maybe sit there and collect your thoughts as well as maybe drop some plays. Mm-hmm. Were there any of them that you ended up calling that maybe you wouldn't have been able to do if you'd been on the sideline?
Trying to think anything specific. I think just seeing it, honestly. Just seeing it and seeing things play out, and then you can, as a coach, see it a little bit quicker the next time it happens, right? When things happen on the field, it happens really fast and it happens from a different vantage point. So you might not totally see exactly what happened. You kind of have a feel, then you get confirmation up top, but it's not immediate. Whereas up top, you get to see it, and it's okay, next time we run that, I'm seeing exactly how they're responding to that play. So there is benefits to being up top. There always has been. The only reason why I've ever really been down is more so from a leadership standpoint and just to be around the guys. I like to feed off their energy and be there for them if I need to be. But there's no question calling plays is easier up top.
Do you think they handled that part of it?
Say it again. Hold on.
Do you think they handled that part of it, the players?
Yeah, I thought the coaches did a great job on the sidelines in terms of the communication. We had the one issue on the second play of the game from a personnel standpoint, but other than that, there was no issues. I thought the players responded well. These kids they're tough. They're not worried about me as much. They just want to go compete and go play. And at the end of the day, as long as I'm calling plays for them and they're all executing, I think they're pretty happy and they're resilient. So they were good on the sidelines. They were great from a communication standpoint. I got Devin on the phone, got Barry on the phone, got Dan on the phone. It was good from that communication standpoint.
Lonnie, last one.
Anthony Brown Stevens, he got open.
Yeah.
And something that some of the other guys haven't been able to do. Is that something you saw with him being able to do and maybe go back to that again?
He's done that consistently since he's got here. He's gotten open. He's a really, really good route runner. I think the guys in that room have a lot of respect for AB in terms of his route running ability, his attention to detail. He's arguably one of the best ones in terms of that stuff, and takes a lot of pride in route running and detail and trying to be on the screws. And I was bummed for him. I was bummed for him because that was a big time play in the game, and he converted his route because it was a cloud corner. He ends up in the right spot. Devin sees him, extends the play, and makes a good throw and catch. And we got three guys blocking one and get a hold. So it's kind of crazy. But, it was he'll continue to keep getting better and get his opportunity.